My name is Wizman. I would say I'm an entrepreneur, content creator, and partner of Spinco Montreal, who is a spinning studio located in Old Montreal, downtown in the city. I also have a huge love and obsession for mindset, self-growth, and everything a bit spiritual, so that's also something that I tap into as well. So my journey through the different things I do professionally is actually quite interesting and different. I started off in a marketing agency at a younger age, but I studied in finance. So I have like a path that has gone from different routes. I then went on to non-for-profit for a few years. And from there, my husband and I, who has a kids clothing company that is a family business, we decided to merge forces. And that was a beautiful yet also very growth experience for myself, because all of a sudden working together 24/7 is a beautiful thing, but it could also come with its fair share of challenges. And I used to be shy to share this, but now it's something that I like to open up about, because it's actually the reality of what kind of started my journey and everything else that I'm telling you right now. So from there, we kind of decided to not work together full time, but for me to really take over all the marketing side of things, the things that I love, which are social media, marketing, branding. And I really started going out on my own. And from that point, the opportunity to open Spinco Montreal with some very close friends of mine and my partners in Toronto came about, which was the most, again, beautiful learning experience and something that I'm super passionate about. And for me, spinning also taps into mindset, growth, and from there, I really started sharing my journey as I go through everything on social media, the ups, the downs, the ebbs and flows, the learning curves. And I'm really a firm believer in you never stop learning. And I feel like I'm still evolving into what I am and what I'm doing. And that's why I find I really have a hard time answering what do you do as a simple question. Because I don't believe that you should just be stuck in a box. I believe that you could be all things. And I have big dreams, and I want to kind of keep evolving and going for them as I go. So for me, creativity is something that I've always kind of had. However, I started tapping more into it as I started sharing my journey on social media and exploring different things on social media that I didn't even realize that I loved. So I'm really like a people person from the get-go. I love relationships, but I also realized that I really love creating and I love sharing as I go, so that way I could hopefully impact others, inspire others in a positive way. Like I said before, your journey doesn't have to be perfect. In regards to creativity, I like to believe that you could kind of dream of everything. Sometimes I get some creative blocks, and what I like to do with that is I really like to take a step back, kind of shut off my phone, shut off all the information coming into my head a million miles a minute, and take a step back, and usually I get a spike of creativity back into me. Another really big, strong creative force for me is when I travel with my husband, with my family. I always find that it ignites something in my soul. So really, I think I have to say that creativity for me comes from within, but I also find inspiration from outside, to be honest, even scrolling on social media when I am in that mindset, sometimes it really does impact me in a positive way, and I see those, oh, I really like this, or like this is very interesting to me, and it kind of sparks something into what I want to put out into the world. So yes, my perception of the living space has changed since I become a mom. I realized that my baby girl, her name is Chloe, she like adapts to spaces so differently, and the way I need to design and also compartmentalize my space is very important. I'm someone that likes to be very organized and organized with my space in my house. We just recently moved, I would say recently, but it's been a good 4-5 months, and yes, I still have boxes at home, which, you know, it's the type of thing you still need to get to, but I realize that as I'm picking pieces, for me, my home is my sanctuary. for me, it's very, very important that I have a space that feels comfortable, that feels safe, that feels where I get creative at the same time. And at the same time, I see how Chloe develops through the house as well. So for me, it's important for her to have like some space, some blank spaces where she could play, where she could explore. And through that, it's really changed my mindset of what a home means to me. So for me, what the home means to me is really my safe space. I think I said that. I'm a Cancer sign in astrology, and we really like our being at home. So I could come off as very social, very extroverted, but my home space is really my safe space, my sanctuary, and it's really where I feel like the most me. So now that we are evolving into our new home, I think I describe my interior style as contemporary, boho, and modern. At the same time, what's super interesting is that for my husband is way more eclectic. So we need to find middle grounds of pieces and things that we both love that represent both of us, because it's our space that, you know, it needs to represent and radiate who we are. So it's very interesting to be able to find a little bit of a balance of both. And in hindsight, it takes a little bit longer to find really like those magical pieces. For me, my dream space is like all beige and white, and his dream space is colorful and different shapes. So we try to kind of merge both to create something different, unique, and that fits our personalities as well.
Is there a room you'd want to redecorate, and why?
Yes.
And maybe you have some unfinished room, so feel free to like just speak about that.
Okay, so yes, there is a room I would want to decorate, vamp up, change it. So as you know, we've moved into our new space, and my office still has some boxes in there, and it's really a beautiful room, but also a space that I have a hard time figuring out how I want to lay out. That's really a space for me that's going to be very important for it to be completely designed and for it to kind of be a dream, because it's going to bring me creativity. That's where I also film some of the events that I do online. So I'm really excited to get my home office nailed, and just for it to bring me a whole bunch of inspiration and love when I'm in that space. So the way I relate my creativity to my space is really actually to have space within it. So I need like clean lines. I don't need it to be cluttered. I need it to be decluttered. I need it to be simplified, but I also need it to inspire me to be able to create in that space. For example, my home office, filming online events, putting content out there to my community. But I also wanted to inspire my community when they see that space. I want them to feel kind of like this zen, beautiful vibe of something that's attainable that they could do as well in their home, but also something that sparks an inspiration inside of their soul and for me as well. So I'm really excited to get this done, because I haven't had that space in a very long time for myself. So I can't wait to put it out there. So my 3 decor pillars that are super important for me in my house would be, first of all, my sofa, which is one of the main pieces I just received in my house, and I'm so excited. It's literally like a cloud. And I guess it's the way my house is made. It's a bit more on the long and high, narrow versus vast and horizontal. And the next key piece I would say would really be my dining table. The reason why is because it is a statement piece. It's something that we decided to go a bit more bold on. It's like black marble. It has personality. Everything else is a bit more muted. So together they play very, very well. And the last, I would really say drapes and lighting, because they bring it all together. And I don't have them in place yet in my house, but when it comes together, I know it's going to be magical. So my next creative project that I'm super excited about, because it's something we've worked on and off for a long time, is with one of my best friends. And it is our podcast. It is called Leadership Babes, and it's all about leadership, worthiness, empowerment, mindset, and all kinds of different topics. And I'm so passionate about it, really, because we're going to be able to chat with different entrepreneurs, you know, different people in different areas of their lives and how they are getting to living their dream life, whatever that means for them, right? You could be in business or you could just be at home. It doesn't matter what that is. It's how you're living your dream life. So I'm super excited about that. That's probably coming up in the new year. And I will also be bringing back my events. I host online events called Hosted by Laura Wizman. So those will be coming back within 2022 as well, which I'm super excited about in my new space, in my new home space. So for me, Union is a space full of light, full of inspiration, full of creativity. When I walk through the floors, the different areas, the different showrooms, it sparks so many like interests and ideas that come to my mind. But also for me, it's a new space. It's a space that I hadn't been before. And I also see new projects, new ideas, new types of lights I want to use in my space. So really a collective space where it kind of all comes together. So my number one coup de coeur, I would say, has to be the green oaks, which is like this very oversized boho kind of, I don't even know how to explain it, like pendant lamp. It feels like it's made out of crochet, and it's like the perfect combination of like beige, maybe a little bit of green, maybe a little bit of caramel color in it. And it just feels airy, yet it has an impact because it's really big and beautiful. And it's from Palette Check, and I absolutely love it. My number two, I would say, is from Erin. I forget the rest of her name, but she's a designer, and it is a black pendant. It's like a matte black. The inside is a gold chrome kind of brass color, and it's a bit more on the modern side versus the first one, which was more on the boho side, and I really like it. It's simple, it has clean lines, but it stands out on its own. And my number three has to be this ceramic kind of lamp piece that is from Kelly. Again, I forget her last name, but she's a designer that is obviously here at Union, but it is a lamp that you place on a table, and it really has these beautiful curves to it, the ceramic, the gold, like little fixtures, the white light around it, and I absolutely love it. So those have to be my three coup de coeur. I just want to take them and bring them into my house. So people can connect with me via my Instagram, which is at Laura Wizman, my name, very simple. And on there, you'll find all the information to reach out to me for anything else that I do, my link that's in my bio, my events, anything you're looking for that I do will be found on there. So you could connect with me on Instagram.
And it's a wrap.
Yay, that was so much fun.
It was fun.